Get up on your feet as we go green.
Side by side early, it's going to be Farrington with the advantage out of turn number 2 for the lead. Battle for third into turn number 3. Rocha holding off Raz. And now Shepard going to follow through ahead of Derek Thorne in the 43. Into both sideways down the back straightaway, hard hit into turn number 3. And more cars piling in. John Moore in it, Dean Thompson.
Back to green we go.
Lap number 1 restart. Let's try it again. Side by side for the lead out of turn number 2. That lap we had a moment. Andre Prescott getting into the back of Corey Naveau. Naveau had to hold on to it, did a good job of wheeling that car back forward. Still door to door for the lead. Look at the top 6 into turn number 3. Oh, and Farrington's going to go wide. That's going to hand over the lead to Gomes. Buddy Shepard with the move, and we got trouble into turn number 1. Sanchez around in the 24. More cars spinning out. Turn number 2, Andy Allen in the 22. I'm wondering the way that whole wreck developed, Tommy. I looked up and I saw a bunch of cars swinging it wide. It makes me wonder if there's fluid into turn number 1. And lap number 4, back to racing. Oh, contact down the front straightaway. Dillon and Moore getting together on that restart, the 20 and 11. I'm going to say, yeah, this is a shorter race than usual, and things are aggressive.
These drivers have lost their minds.
Christian McGee with the daring move into turn number 1. It's going to put him into the door of the 44 of Bob Lyons.
Farrington, who seems to be struggling for grip right now.
Yeah, real disappointing for that team after the run they had earlier, dealing it sideways. And Dillon, that 11D, he's already had some contact with people tonight, so he's like, the car don't look pretty anyways. For the 8th spot, and it's going to bring McGee right into the mix.
Oh, sideways up the track they go.
Oh, boy, hold on. Farrington is kind of filling in that whole metaphor. There's blood in the water. The drivers see that car struggling, and they're giving him no inch. McGee gonna follow through. And he's just gonna shove Dillon out of the groove. Thorne's a driver who knows how to pounce. He sees an opportunity, he takes it. Is this his opportunity? Shepard gonna try to hold him off. Shepard, well, it would have been a photo finish at the line if that was the end. Side-by-side action into turn number 3 for the lead. Colraz looking on from behind, Gomes as well. And Buddy Shepard will clear Derek Thorne into turn number 1. Mostly clear.
Almost clear.
Almost there. Clear. Up Shepard. Thorne is getting closer and closer every lap, every turn, and the 43 is filling the mirror of Shepard as he dives to the inside. But Buddy Shepard's going to keep it cool and hold him off. And a reminder, as Thorne looks to the inside, Gomes thought he had it won out at Roseville when we were out there, and then had a tire go down. He's looking for redemption. is, oh, big trouble. Front straightaway. Christian McGee into turn number 1. So a halfway break. Who can take advantage of this restart? Green flag is in the air for Shepard and Thorne to continue their duel. Oh, they're going to lean on each other into turn number 1. Just trading the paint. A little scratch. Buddy Shepard working that outside line. Can he clear Derek Thorne? He does out of turn number 2. Thorne is nudging him out of turn number 2. And we got a battle for third right behind him. Oh, now we're shoving. Now we're pushing. Peek into the inside. No, he's going to just shove Shepard. Just helping him turn around the corner. Seeing if he can upset the line of Shepard.
With how Buddy Shepard is staying so cool in the lead.
Thorne with a big opportunity into turn number 3. Shepard not going to let him have it. They're door slamming out of turn number 4. Now Shepard's going to play the chicken side. He's going to say, hey, if you want to go on my inside, you're not going to have the exit lane. But how long is that going to last?
To the checker.
Derek Thorne all over. Oh. Leaning on that door. It'll be 10 laps to go. They get into each other. Turn number 1. Shepard shoved wide. Derek Thorne, through the final 2 corners, is going to take the checkered flag and win at Kern County Raceway Park, the JM Environmental Wild West Shootout. Get it hot 75. During the pandemic and said, I miss the fans. He's going to hear you now, ladies and gentlemen. We'll send it down to Steve Hughes.
You just can't pass here, and he was holding us up for a long time, and I got to a point. Yeah. But anyways, it was just a great race with him. I raced him clean the whole race. I got down next to him into 1. I kept my right sides on the white line. We made a little bit of contact. There was a door-to-door bounce off. He got on the marbles. I got past him, but God, what a good car tonight. Byron and Carroll Campbell, Mike Keene. After qualifying in the heat race, we didn't have high expectations, but after tonight, this thing was pretty dang fast.
50 laps of main event action, pro late models on the racetrack and green. It gets busy out of turn number 2. Hines having to back it up, and it stacks up the high line coming out of that corner. Now out of turn number 4, they're still side by side all throughout the pack.
Yeah, you can see on that exit of turn 2 how much that outside line had to react.
Trevor Huddleston up front over Doss, Meyer in third. And again, the true rookie, Christian Bazin, in the 4th spot. An impressive start to his pro late model career. Oh, Reif's going to get into Hines, and Reif go around on the back straightaway, trying to keep it off the inside wall. And I think he was able to do it. As we get ready, restart lap number 3, green flag in the air. So part of that learning process for Christian Bazin here is going to be figuring out those restarts. So I lost a little bit of time out there, but still. Oh, we got trouble down the back straightaway. It looks like a couple cars connected. Kevin Furden, the 34, is one of them who's now off the pace. And he's just going to pull it straight into the infield. You see the battle for the lead on the screen. Huddleston being chased down by Doss. A lot of front end damage to Furden. I'm going to keep an eye on that, as well as the other great battles that we have throughout this field. Now, we just kind of saw how side-by-side action can go. Oh, Hines going to drift up a little bit. I don't know if there was contact, but Lavelle had to drive squirrely out of that corner.
Tampa Zampa in the 92Z. I was talking to Zampa in the pits. He said something very interesting. I asked him what he thought of this racetrack, and he goes, it's cool, kind of boring. I'm like, dude, what? Kind of boring? It's a fast racetrack. And he goes, yeah, but the straightaways are so long, and these cars are kind of slow. You need a lot of momentum. He said that the corners are when you start feeling the speed, but kind of boring, he says. I don't know what, this kid is more adventurous than I am, that's for sure.
And now they're going to be door to door out of turn number 2. It looks like Seth's car and that 87 machine just might not be fully under him. Like, it's fast, but maybe a bit sideways. Kyle looks like he's also holding on to his car.
And you can see the difference, I feel like, in this battle here for third. The 56 taking the outside lane, the longer distance around the racetrack, has better handling, even though it's probably a handful, than the 87 does inside Seth Wise. You can see when that corner tightens up for him in the center, the car gets all squirrely down low.
Now, this is the battle to watch, but I do want to say that the battle for the lead is starting to heat. I wonder if this spices things up for the drivers when you're doing things side by side. Oh, so I do want to take a look at the leaders right now, because Huddleston just got held up on the exit of turn number 2. It looked like the lap traffic slowed him up, and Jeremy Doss is going to make a move to the inside. It was the 2 machine of Burt that they had come up on. And now is the time where I think we ought to bring up what happened the last time the Pro Late models were racing. These two did not get along, and there was a lot of beating and banging. There was a lot of fenders getting bent in, and there were some hurt feelings. To the point. But Doss is all over that rear bumper of Huddleston, and the question's going to be, as we just passed the halfway point, is are we going to see the bumper get involved? Is Doss going to be able to get a run on Huddleston? How is this one going to play out? Doss looking to the outside on Huddleston. Huddleston shuts the door. The racing's getting rowdy, and so are the fans. Doss working that higher line again, maybe trying to build up some momentum, maybe make the move on the outside. He does it again, peeking to the outside. Huddleston going to get a better exit, holds him off. Huddleston going to go wide this time. Now Doss to the inside. They have contact. Huddleston goes around. And Trevor Huddleston, I don't know if he caught the wall, but he has spun out in turn number 2. And it was off the rear bumper of Jeremy Doss. 22 laps to go. After the incident, Jeremy Doss, who was racing for the lead, has been sent to the rear. Seth Wise in the 87 machine, your leader, out of turn number 4 and taking the green. And mix into this, Kyle Meyer, who's never been on a track this big, racing for the lead himself in the 56. Seth Wise grew up racing here in Bakersfield. At one point racing on what is the infield of this track, has now worked himself into these Pro Late models, has continued to show improvement, and tonight, maybe the stars have aligned for Seth Wise to have that shot at a victory. Big battle for the third spot out of turn number 4. Trouble. Andy Allen is gonna save it. Wow.
He held on to it.
We've talked about how hard it is to avoid wrecking when you lose it. What a save for Allen. He might be worried about having flat spotted some of those tires, though. He had locked him up for a while. 20 laps to go. We got a couple Zampas. We got a couple teammates. Bowman on the outside, Lavelle leading the train. And a big battle down the back straightaway for the third spot.
Yeah, you can see some of the fluorescent, some of the white numbers, some with white borders on the outside. I mean, these spotters have their hands full.
Zampa making a move to the inside of Bowman. Now again, there are 2 Zampas. They are both in 92 cars, and they are both fluorescent in color. And it's because the Zampas love us, that's why. That's Dylan Zampa to the inside of Bowman in the 71 machine. Jeremy Doss just behind this one, trying to slowly, methodically climb his way forward. Now remember, despite all the issues and going to the back of the pack, at Roseville, Doss was able to rebound and win that race. He didn't know how he did it, but he said, here we are in victory lane. Is this going to be the first race of the year that Jeremy Doss cannot make it to victory lane?
I think we're in that conversation right now. He's not moving up as fast as we thought.
A couple battles headed into turn number 1, both involving Zampas. Lavelle on the outside in the battle for 3rd, Bowman on the outside in the battle for 5th. Jeremy Doss just trying to find a way around all of them. Oh boy.
And the two Zampa brothers battling for that Sigma Performance Services Young Guns points battle. And not only are they battling for the points, but they're also battling each other near position right now.
This is a huge group waiting to have a huge moment. And again, when you have all this extra pressure like Doss behind, it opens up the opportunity that things might get a little too crazy. Out of turn number 2, Bowman almost walled.
Good 2-lane racing right here.
And Doss even though right now your leaders are pulling away, Doss is having to make these passes not only for points, but in the event that a yellow comes out. 10 laps to go, and the way they're racing, I don't know how we're not going to have a yellow come out. Doss on the inside of Dylan Zampa. Ahead of them, Logan Zampa. Contact between the 92 and the 75. And Doss just throws it in there to claim spot number 5.
Doss, I thought he was going to look for a 3-wide down the back straightaway.
I don't think he's not going to look for a 3-wide.
He's just looking for moves. As much as he can do it.
Now, do you think these two just agreed, hey, if we stay side by side, he might not pass us?
Hey, do what it takes sometimes.
Now, these cars going single file. That's going to be a moment for Doss here. He's going to slip it to the inside. He's not going to get there. Zampa trying to clear Lavelle down the back straightaway into turn number 3. And he's going to take the spot. Lavelle going to try a little bit more. And Doss filling the gap. At this point, if a yellow were to come out, Jeremy Doss would restart in row number 2. Coming into this night, Jeremy Doss was the odds-on favorite to take home the victory because he's done it every single race of this season. But the white flag is flying for the 87 machine of Seth Wise as he looks to pick up his first ever victory in a pro late model out of turn number 4. Seth Wise, the local boy, is going to take home the victory.
And coming through turn number 3 and 4, Doss will get around the 92 of Logan Zampa.
Unbelievable job. There he is, ladies and gentlemen, your winner of the Sigma Performance Solutions 50.
Thank you. I was dreaming there for like last 10 laps, talking to my dad, making deals with him, you know. It's awesome. 3 years ago was our last race here, and that was also our first win here with the same exact weekend, so 3 years ago. So big weekend for us. Can't thank everyone enough. Ted at Sport Product Services, Free Flow Engine Coolers, Christian at Kidachog Farms, Dave Reeves at Reeves Complete Automotive, homie at Salts and Metals, and everybody that came out, everyone up in the suite. Hoping you're having a good time. And can't thank everyone who served enough, and that's it.
Go Grain. 50 laps of main event racing, and Jeremy Doss trying to take over the advantage. He'll have it down the back straightaway. The driver sorting things out through turn number 4.
Secord, a past winner in the modifieds here at Kern County Raceway. Third kettle running up there in the points. and getting to the inside and getting by Jack's 29 machine. But it's two-time winner, the 36 of Travis McCullough, that a lot of these drivers are keeping their eye on as he moves up into third.
Thurkettle and McCullough and Secord and Doss all having a great race, side by side for the lead. Thurkettle working that inside line. Jeremy Doss on the outside. Thurkettle, you see him working the wheel out of turn number 2, having to catch it. Doss using that outside line, hoping the momentum's going to help him carry off these corner exits. Maintain the speed, but Thurkettle and Doss have a history. There's a reason that they paint both these cars almost the same color red. It's because, well, it's easier to trade some paint.
That's one way to look at it. Good battle up front, ladies and gentlemen. The battle of the Red Rockets, we could say.
Door to door, handle to handle, kettle to kettle, tire to tire. Thurkettle, a little bit of a disadvantage into the corner, but he's going to be able to carry it through in the center. They're still side by side. This is the kind of racing you get at Kern County Raceway Park. That second groove over the years has developed into one that these drivers are able to utilize. And you see it at play here. Some great side-by-side racing for the lead. Here they come at you. I see the people in the stands raising the beer to this one. For third, Secord, door-to-door with McCullough. We talked about Secord coming in here, second in points, trying to chase down Jeremy Doss. How about a little bit of shoving? That exact same scenario just happened between your leaders. They're racing hard here for these positions. Green flag. So now we've kind of settled out all of the pill draw and invert stuff. Now it's kind of go time for these drivers that have worked their way forward. Again, McCullough, though, is going to clear Secord and battle for the lead. Taking a look at the replay.
Speed shot coming at you.
Oh, getting sideways. And oh, he got the wall hard.
That was a big hit. Yeah.
Tight into turn number 1. Your leaders, side by side, Jeremy Doss, Travis Thurkettle. One car had a good save. That was Jim Coffey in the back of the pack. Just broke sideways, gathered it up, didn't take anyone with him. The 29 machine of Sam Jacks trying to hold off Nathan Bird, running double duty. And
drove it in on that corner.
I was going to say, do you think the brake packages are a little different between the two cars?
And now going to the inside, so that late break actually got him a great run through 3 and 4.
Oh, he's leaning on Jacks. They're leaning on each other, but they're going to keep it clean down the back straightaway. Battle for 6th. Guevara just behind in the 55. Great door-to-door action, but that's going to be contact into 1. So, you have your first bit of contact. My question is, do you hit harder or do you avoid each other even more the next corner you go into? I think we're finding out.
Yeah, I was just going to say that. You're not supposed to lean on each other in an open wheel modified, but they're showing.
Oh, he's going to hit him harder. Now he's just testing the waters. He's like, Bird's like, how much harder can I hit Sam Jacks here? And Bird, he's going to shove Jacks out of turn number 4. In this great battle for 6th into turn number 1. So Nathan Bird looking to the inside. Sam Jacks trying to kind of shut that door, take away that exit line. And we're just past the halfway point. Oh, yeah. Now, if you're Jacks, are you going to just throw it into the corner right here? Because I think that's what he's about to do. Yep. Jacks is going to send Bird around over turns 1 and 2. I'm not saying that we saw that coming,
but I think we all kind of did.
But we saw what sorts itself out now in the second half of this main event. Bit of a stack up on this restart further back in the pack. A couple cars going 3 wide, 2 wide down the back straightaway. Guevara made a good move. He's going to pick up the 5th spot in his number 55 machine. So good restart for him. I should point out that I only just now realized that I said kettle to kettle earlier, and Third Kettle was in that battle. And I'm just fully ashamed in myself, and I want everyone to know that. Coffee applying some pressure. Jax has struggled in this race after starting up front and slipped back, and we saw the issues between himself and Bird, but once the replay's gotten going, it seems like Jax is losing time now as he's going to get passed here by the A machine of Coffee, or at least partially passed. Again, we know that A machine is loose. So Jack's going to have to kind of weigh the difference here. Likely the spotters let him know, this car on your inside, it's a squirrely one. So do you pin him lower going into the corner, hoping that he gives up the spot, or do you chance potentially getting dumped?
I think at this point, you got to just hope that you can trust one another. Coffee, you can see they're holding that 8 on the inside line, so really not moving.
Trust it's a trust exercise, what you're telling me.
As this race is winding down, lap 37 up on the scoreboard of this 50-lap race.
Travis McCullough 4th in points, Guevara 7th in points. And Guevara, man, he's able to carry the speed through that corner. And Doss right now is just hoping that these two are able to have a good, clean sword fight. He's like, just treat it like fencing. As Guevara is peeking to the inside of McCullough out of turn number 2.
Oh,
they're going to have some contact, yeah. You saw the smoke flying, you see the mark. And now McCullough going to try and shut the door. Guevara says, I don't think so. And they are tied out of turn number 4. The white flag is flying for Jeremy Doss. And those two, they're really going to think about it. But out of turn number 4, Jeremy Doss is going to do it again. Your victor at Kern County Raceway Park.
Right, what a battle that was, ladies and gentlemen, for 50 laps. The Spears Manufacturing Modified 50 winner, Jeremy Doss, continues to dominate the series in 2021.
Yeah, he definitely had me worried there at the beginning. The car didn't quite fire off like I was wanting to. I started off a little loose, and he was able to capitalize on that. But after that first caution, the car snugged up to my liking, and it just seemed to get better as we ran. And the long run, this thing just is really consistent, and I show it off, you know.